You know, you said your dad didn't believe in ghosts and stuff like that.
Sure,
Whenever they was out there camped along that creek, and what was it?
Hello, Lester. It's Dave Bing. How you doing? Oh, really?
At 56, West Virginia native Dave Bing has eked out a unique spot in the unseen rugged terrain of old time.
Yeah.
People seek him out, much like musicians did to the old-timers of his generation. The trouble is, the true old-timers are just about all gone.
I hadn't seen you for a long time. Just wanted to visit and play a few tunes with you. All right, looking forward to visiting with you. Bye-bye.
Dave Bing's sensibility and technique was shaped and nurtured through his friendship with the Hammonds, a musical family considered remote even by West Virginia standards, and as a result, forged a blend of old time so unique that the Library of Congress spent years in the 70s doing field recordings.
The Hammonds family, Hammonds from Pocahontas County, West Virginia.
This is some music that was so archaic even for that time.
Really, their world was the world of the rural hunter-gatherers of the 18th and 19th century, like the Indians before them. Closest they got to modern farming was having a cow.
And I just, in a way, I just kind of took it for granted, and not over the years kind of fell into, this is a real treasure. We need to.
But I mean, you definitely, at least you took the time to learn them.
Oh yeah, definitely, and respect them. Like the West Virginia woods, it's like it's there. I've grown up. I've been around it all my life, so you kind of take it for granted. But at the same time, once you get older, you realize, this is something special. Then it was just another great part of West Virginia, getting to experience them and get to be around them. It was just like being with family to me. My dad loved to trout fish, as his dad did. And my dad was a friend of Sherman Hammond's. I just remember him as the old local guy that was very friendly, very nice. And he would tell stories of the area, but as far as music goes, the closest thing would maybe be singing a ballad about the area. We had no idea he played banjo or fiddle. And Sherman would come up and stay with us all the time and eat breakfast with us. Always have a good story. Always come up with something new. I think I would have heard all the stories, and he'd always come up with a new one.
Any come to mind? Any story that's popping in your head?
My dad went to buy night crawlers, earthworms, I can't remember, this fishing bait off of Sherman. He used to sell them for $1 a dozen or something like that, worms. And my dad walked in, and my dad saw the head of a banjo case sticking out from under the bed. And Sherman said, "Sherman, is that a banjo or guitar?" I said, "No, that's my banjo." And one thing led to another.
He said he tried to play just the best he could. And he said, "Well, Saul, you're free."
And he had this really old, the word comes to mind is archaic, just a really old style that up to that time I was playing what would be more, the term these days is top 40 fiddle tunes, like Ragtime Annie, Soldier's Joy, Golden Slippers, which I still love those tunes, but everybody played them. Well, here's these tunes that this family was playing. It was just really obscure, weird, not of this earth sound, this really weird sound. I was just blown away by it. Sherman Hammond's version of Old Christmas Morning. My version of Sherman Hammond's version of Old Christmas Morning. We have one night, I've got, probably about 4 hours of recording, and he kept going back to that tune. And there'd be people talking and everything, and he'd be off to the side messing with it, and man, he had it toned down. I've got a really good version of him playing it. I was doing construction. I was a lead man on a construction crew. I had a couple vehicles and this and that. And I just dropped everything. And I went up there and I was hanging out a month at a time and just spending time cutting wood with him, just hanging out with him. And of course, playing music with him, recording him. And just really got to know him even more then. It was just become a really good friend. You can imagine when I had like a dozen fiddlers like that to pick from that I could go to back when I first started.
Is anybody you wish you could play with right now? Or somebody you'd like to get a chance to play with somebody?
You mean like people that's done gone? All of them.
And Dave was going to get another chance. That even surprised him.
Well, yeah. Wear it out. Wear it out.
If I miss the first time around, don't pay attention to me. I'll get it next time. I love playing with him, love backing him up. Another dying breed, I think, is he's still got localized style fiddling, where not all, but our generation has got so many different types of influences. Lester has, is like a pure string kind of thing, not homogenized.
See that fiddle? I used to play that, and some part they'd ask me after the show was over if I had electric on it. I ain't playing it very good.
Yes, you are. Play it longer so we can get a good video of it. We played a couple times up here at the house, and she said after I left one time, Lester called her on the phone, and I hate to tell you this, Lester called her on the phone and said, "I think I found me a banjo player." And she said, "Well, you did?" And he said, "Yeah, but there's only one thing." And he said, "It's a woman." Because he played with men, and his sons and men, and and there's not very many girl banjo players, so. Tell him how you made the tailpieces and chin rests and stuff out of apple trees and stuff.
Yeah, well, I'm seeing on
fingerboard.
Right there's one of them.
There's one.
You made that out of what?
He made it out of an apple tree. Apples. Put the handles in there. Put the handle.
Explain the significance of them, for just like as if I was from
Mars?
Yeah. I was going to say Mars, but yeah.
Well, he'll be 92 in August, and he plays tunes in a style that nobody else does. And they're dying off. We don't have any. Lester is 92. And there's a big gap in old-time fiddling age to Frank George, who's like 85. Once these people are gone, they're gone. I just love their sound they get, and their music, and the stories they tell. especially the stories they tell.
And I made that fingerboard and the tailpiece and put it back together. It sounded pretty good. And it's hard to tell how old that is. It said Antonius Stradivarius on the paper in the back of it. That's all it said.
It says Stradivarius on the back?
Yeah, in here, inside of it.
That's
I don't think, I don't know. I put a new paper in there.
Oh.
Yeah, that's what it said.
You can't see it though now?
No, you can't see it now, I don't think. It might have been on the other side, I don't remember. But you can turn that thing up.
I feel like that must be what it's like to hang out with the Hammonds in a way. I mean,
It is. It's exactly the same. Well, he was telling stories there, and it almost kind of shocked me. It was like I was talking to Sherman Hammonds there for a while. Just almost went into the same feel of accent almost and everything. You know, there's all these people that do all the recording of these old guys and archive it and, you know, take notes on it and everything. When I recorded them, I just did it to learn the tunes. I'd given 90% of my recordings away and not even think to make a copy for myself or whatever.
do you ever picture like one day you'll be the 92-year-old man? You know,
Well,
coming
it's kind of funny. I've been realizing lately that, you know, when I first met Frank George and first met Sherman, well, not Sherman because I knew him when I was just a little kid, but Melvin and all these old guys, they were the really old men that I was learning off of when I was, you know, late teenager and early 20s. Well, now I'm older than what they were then when I was considering them the really old men, old fiddlers. So, not saying that I've reached that status, but I have reached that age.